Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. It's been a hot minute. Sorry to leave you hanging if you were expecting the regular ones over the Christmas period. I had a lot of things on, and so I just took the opportunity just to take some time for me. I say take some time for me. It was to take some time for other work, really, to get cleared. And as this podcast doesn't pay my bills yet, it's something that I just do for fun. This is why we took the time. However, over that period, I have kind of stumbled on a change of things, a change in terms of how we're gonna run these types of affairs. Only. I think that was a combination of mostly and only, maybe? I don't know. I've been standing up now for far too long. I'm so tired, and I'm still working through. The long and short of it is we're going to look at building out our active community connection as much as possible, right? There have been several factions of our community that are passionate about these skills, sprinkled in various different places around the internet, right? That's a fact. And because I'm not the most technically savvy person in the world, and with the various restrictions coming down on Facebook pages and the changes that are existing there, I'm going to close down the network Facebook page. I'm going to close it down. And the reason being is that it doesn't do what I need it to do. It originally did, but it's not doing it anymore. So we have our Discord server set up, and it's been popping off already, and we only properly kicked it off yesterday. The link of which, if you wanna join us, is in the description box below. But that's really where the predominant side of the network's activity is going to be from now on. That's where the live streams in regards to the monographs will be going. That's where discussion and shared works and topics and insights. I'm active on there. So are a bunch of other people as well. And we're putting to bed all of the skills and tactics and techniques and methods and war stories and let's call it shared humor. All of that to bed as far as we can, and as much as we can, and we'll be doing it regularly. So if you're looking for the reason as to why the network has kind of let itself linger a little bit, that's why. Restriction after restriction and change after change and update after update, it just became more of a chore than a pleasure. So now that we have this set up and rocking and rolling over various topics, that's where the activity is going to be from now on. So if you enjoy looking at this material and you want to get the kind of, I don't know, be behind the scenes of this work or of this discipline in between these big streams that go out, that's the place to do it. So join us there. We'll be going over, I mean, there's so many channels already at the minute. You know, there's discussions going on here in terms of pet inferences at the minute. We had a pretty decent critical thinking debate. We're looking at course material. There's discussions on hobbies, reasoning, hands, feet, shoes, clothes, faces, tattoos, that's just one of the areas as well. We're going to be building them out more and more as we go. There are various admin behind the scenes scattered around the world. So on the rare occasion that I am actually asleep, they will pick up my proverbial slack. So that's where it's going from now. In between then, these podcast streams will be going out fortnightly. So it's every fortnight, every 2 weeks, every 14 days. Still the same time, still the same day, still the same channels. The main podcast will be going out here and every 2 weeks. Okay? Just to kind of clear that up. That will allow me time and freedom to finish off the other work that I have going on, the other books that I'm writing, the other projects that I'm working on, the other companies I've been kind of conscripted into. But that's mainly what we're kicking off 2025 with. I have a renewed awareness of how to build the original connected togetherness that I wanted from the network in the first place. And it seems as though that this Discord server is the perfect place to do it. Seeing all of these white spots on my shirt. I've been filming for Polar all day and editing Polar all day. For those of you that don't know, this is my baby, my flagship model, if you will, that will be course material that is connected to our security company that's based in the States called the Integris Solution. So if you are interested in keeping up with the release material that's connected to that, please head on over to the Integris Solution and bookmark the page and sign up, whatever you can. That's where it's going on. My brain's too fried to do anything sales related. I hate that kind of stuff anyway. It makes me feel icky. So I just tell you what it is. You make the decisions you want to and go from there. Saving that, my plan moving forward for this is to hear more from you guys about what you want. Right? I'm quite happy to sit here and talk about what interests me on a fortnightly basis in terms of this podcast, but I want to know if it interests you. So then there will need to be particular connections towards these skills and how you use them, whatever skill it is. Whether it be an infamous case that's going on. I should state that when it comes to the intellectual sex appeal that's connected to these YouTube-based body language analysis stuff, I did that during lockdown before, mainly to stop myself from going insane. And it was the strict rules that I had, that videos would be sent to me and we'd watch them together and talk through it as we go. I personally don't like doing those kinds of videos because it is a challenge to communicate the flaws in the process. It is a challenge to communicate why they aren't directly directly applicable towards real life work, right? In some instances, it is intellectual masturbation. In some instances, it's just the floating concepts of theocracy. That's theoretical stuff I was trying to say. See what I mean? I'm so tired. Theocracy is an entirely different thing. We were just breaking down religious logic in one of the critical thinking channels on the Discord server. That was so interesting. Just as a side note to that, we have rules in place that if anything is misconstrued as offensive, rightly or wrongly, it's just going to get deleted. I ain't going to warn you. I'm just going to remove it. And you. My focus is only the work. So if anybody is there to sling mud in anyone's direction for anything, then you will be slung out. No warnings, No three strikes. Out you go. All right. We want it focused on the material. That's it. Right. Does that mean that there can't be challenges? No. The challenges are to be encouraged. But above all, as main man Mr. Holmes is so frequently saying, emotional qualities are antagonistic to clear reasoning. And I would like to circumnavigate the emotional qualities as much as is possible, right? So, to that end, you guys need to be more vocal, right? If you have something that is of interest to you. I personally don't mind what it is. Outside of what do you think about the body language in this video, right? I'm open to doing them, but it would be in my way. It would be in my way, where I get a team of people that I'm working with, or that I'm training, or that I'm coaching, and we talk through the reality of using this material, which goes against the intellectual sex appeal. You know, most people are saying, Ben, you can do this for the views. Everyone cares about this. You get loads of views, loads of subscription. I don't care about it. It's lovely when it happens. Do not get me wrong. But I am not willing to lose my own integrity and my own joy and my own love of this material just for the sake of a few additional numbers after my channel. I'm not interested in that. So if it is that you are curious about the body language displays of someone or something, then again, I'm open to that, but it's in my way. If you're expecting it to be along the lines of the thousands of other people that do it out there, it ain't going to be. And I'm not going to do it. All right, I'm not going to do it. To that end, with the fortnightly option, that frees me up for the focal points to create more instructional stuff for you on the main channel. You know, the videos regarding visiting memory palaces, and I've been trialing Newtonic for a while, the seemingly new fandangled thing in the world of nootropics, and monitoring my changes thus far and my work with neurofeedback helmets. You want to see some of the situations I've had that bad boy in, just to see where it reaches and where it doesn't, and the changes therein. I do want to get back to Kane's jawbone, right? For those of you that may or may not remember, it's been a good while, maybe a year, maybe longer, since that first video came out. And the puzzle progress that I have is still in my head. I still know where I am. But with it being the world's most challenging literary puzzle, it's not something that I can just flippantly have a look at. So with my, I mean, I wish I was that smart, but with my time being currently as pressed as what it is, then, you know, until that changes, I can't sit down and have a proper look at it. All right. So that's the plan for 2025. Now, obviously, during the community posts, I think YouTube calls them, there will be questions there in terms of what you guys are interested in, votes and polls and all that type of shit. But it will be more frequently monitored on Discord, because there is the other admin and all this type of thing. There isn't that available, or I'm not making that available. Rather, I'm understanding that it is available on YouTube. I'm not making it available there, just to kind of fine tune and streamline how many things I have to think about in any given time, which is a lot, right? Which is a lot. I have a series planned of shorts, maybe 1 or 2 minutes in length, based around cognitive biases, that, depending upon how it's received, we'll go through the full index of them. I encourage you, if you take stock of nothing else, particularly looking at the world we live in today, take stock of the cognitive biases that exist, right? And then step gingerly into Twitter to see them all there. Absolutely madness. But it's particularly pertinent and particularly relevant for the work we do here and the work we do developing this type of skill. How can you know, or rather, how can you achieve a hypothesis in regards to a series of observations is connected towards your overdriven purpose and the overarching reason for you doing said observations, if it is that you're biased the whole way, right? And it takes a real, honest, refreshing perspective to peel it all back and go, look, I am not even close to perfect. This is all of the ways that biases can affect me and will affect me moving forwards, right? So that's something to come as well. So that's really it for this opening one. I just wanted to let you know that I haven't forgotten about you. I still love all of you in the way that I can from a virtual screen. I appreciate anyone and everyone, whether it's one of you or 1,000,001 of you. Matters not to me. It is the sincerity of your interest that I enjoy more than anything else. So please, if you have any even fleeting interest in what we do here, the Discord server is going to be a good place for you. Right? We've got a lot of vibrant discussions planned, and we'll evolve it together, is the main thing. All right? So with that in mind, folks, I am going to love you and leave you, and I will see you for another podcast in, let me see, I've got it in my calendar, in 2 weeks. 2 weeks today. I'll see you again. Take care.